studying instruction management. His future plans are to start his career in construction management. His favorite lacrosse memory is meeting Cleveland for the first time as a freshman year. His advice for the freshmen is keep working hard and always have fun.
Scratch that.
Business management. His
What do you
career,
expect?
his future plans is to have a career in
Lacrosse,
business.
baby.
His favorite lacrosse memory is beating Akron in overtime to become a year. And his advice are underclassmen mixed in the water.
Mixed in the water. Hell yeah.
That's all for our senior night. Everyone give it up for all of our seniors.
Welcome all WBGU viewers here on YouTube. We're here on the campus of Bowling Green State University as the Bowling Green Falcons Club Lacrosse team take on the Ball State Cardinals. Thank you so much for joining us today on this rainy Saturday. My name is Holden Ruck, and I'm joined here by Dan Reidenauer to take you through this lacrosse action. Daniel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You, Holden?
Glad to be here also. Just moments ago, the team honored 5 seniors graduating either this spring or in the summer, so we're going to go over the bios of those 5 players. Firstly, Ryan Gill, a 15-year lacrosse veteran and an education major. After graduation, Ryan's going to be teaching high school science in Cleveland, Ohio. His favorite lacrosse memory is going on road trips with the boys and having a fun time. Next up, Gavin Sudlow, an 11-year lacrosse player, a construction management major. His future plans are to work in the construction industry as a project manager, and his favorite lacrosse memory is beating both Louisville and Xavier on the same day his junior year. Following that, Joseph Johnson, a 10-year lacrosse veteran, business management major. His favorite memory of lacrosse is beating Akron in overtime during his freshman year. As the game starts off here, we'll finish with Matthew Jones, 6 years playing lacrosse, an accounting major, and his favorite memory is also beating Akron at home to clinch the first program playoff berth his sophomore year. Last for them, Nathan Silsby, a 12-year lacrosse veteran in construction management, and his favorite memory is beating Toledo for the first time as a freshman. So that's the 5 graduating seniors as we are underway in play here. You need anything else, Silvio? Some technical difficulties there being sorted out.
Right.
Ball State's
This is the
team
bad
also being
guys.
comprised by Club Lacrosse players from Cedarsville University as the Falcons are currently pressing in the offensive zone.
Working on it.
Better up here. You can see really good. The whole field because you're up above. Up here.
Back from some difficulties here as we got a face-off. Once again, Holden Ruck and Dan Redenauer for WBGU here with Bowling Green versus Ball State and Cedarsville Club Lacrosse. A long shot sent out the back of there, and the possession is going to go in favor of the Falcons. And Dan, early in this one, what have you kind of seen from the Falcons compared to the Cardinals here?
Well, good start for Bowling Green, especially since you realize that this is only the third time in program history for both of them playing. The first time they played, Bowling Green would get the 20-0 victory over the Cardinals. So off to a hot start early, especially just coming off that goal from Jackson Keeve just a few moments ago.
Another stoppage of play here. Ball now back into the play for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals making a little bit of momentum, not too much of that so far in this one. A move inside and he loses it, falls down. Falcons all the way on top of it, able to cover it up. And here come the Falcons now with the slow sort of rolling approach. And picked off at midfield again by a Cedarville player. Juggling for it, and now a breakaway. A feed to number 18, Caden Fatzinger near the goal. able to put it in the net there. Falcons, though, already several goals ahead. Will Shirey with the first. And that's our mistake. That will be in, so it'll be a face-off in the middle again. The goal for the Falcons. That'll be Caden Fatzinger, his second, I believe.
Well, correct, hold it, and just the Fogo going to get it away seems to be in the Falcons' favor.
Another face-off tips into the defensive zone for the Falcons, but not easily gotten on top of by the Cardinals here. Jostling for it and just kind of rolling around. Long pass to try to keep it in play. And the Cardinals will get on top of it. Won't quite keep it in there, though. So it looks like the Falcons will take possession here with good position in the offensive zone. Dropping the back there, that's Ryan Jones now. Jones feeding it up. Nice double move there. Looking inside, trying to find an opening. Back around the perimeter. Moving around, there's Ryan Gill. Feeds inside. And finding the net. Looks like Jacob Hollinger there. Another goal for the Falcons, and just a really relenting offense here for the Falcons, who have kind of had their way so far against the Cardinal defense.
Oh, exactly. I mean, you just look at how the start it's gone. It's really just that start. You got to get off quick. You got to keep it going. And Bowling Green been really consistent to start it out here in this first quarter.
Yeah, and as you referenced, Dan, teams with some familiarity playing earlier this year, and a 20-0 result for the Falcons in that one. So certainly not a surprising start that we've seen with the Cardinals team just not able to get much offense going as the Falcons have a breakaway again. Here comes Ryan Jones again. Batted back outside. Working his way up top, close to the face-off line. Now he sends it back up. Number 18 is Caden Fatzinger again. Working his way around, and now they're in the X here. Back outside. Moving around, taking their time. No urgency for the Falcons here. Not only are they up, but they've been moving the ball pretty easily here. And now the Cardinals playing a little bit of keep away to their own. Almost corralled, number 29. Sam Hable had a chance at it, but that one will go out. Tough break for the Cardinals, just trying to get themselves out of trouble, flip the field there.
Well, exactly, and Hable really going forward, especially since, off that pass, it ends up going for the orange and brown, and the last thing you want to do is try to give them a breakout mode for it.
Reached for and just slightly undercommitted on by Kyle Dorn there, but the Falcons will maintain the possession. Ryan Jones again feeding up. A nice snag there, unable to feed it in, but Elliot Baber with a chance. Long feed, overshot, intended for Silsby, but won't get there. Now the Cardinals are bringing it back out. A rolling pass there, corralled near the bench, but a little bit of lost control. And now the Falcons taking it back into the offensive zone again. Long shot goes wide. That's going to be out of bounds. And possession for the Cardinals. Nice job disrupting the Falcons there, not letting them come away with one on the fast break.
Exactly. Really, your Ball State right now, now's the time you want to get possession and looking for what's next and, take advantage of that. You got to be closest to it, but we'll see what they can do here.
Now it looks like a stoppage of play. Looks like a timeout. again, 5 seniors for this Falcons team that will be playing on their senior day. We're going to take a break actually here. We'll come back shortly. Stick around here. You're watching WBGU Sports Flex on YouTube. More when we return.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hard-working public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
Alright, back here with WBGU Sports Flex here for Bowling Green State University Club Lacrosse. The men's team taking on a team of the Ball State Cardinals with some players from Cedarsville University as well. Once again, Holden Ruck here, joined by Daniel Reidenauer for WBGU Sports Flex. And right now it's been all Falcons in this one, Dan.
Well, and I mean, that's what you're going to expect from a team that scored 38 in the 2 previous games that they've played against the Ball State Cardinals so far. So really keep that momentum going, and especially when you're looking ahead, just these are the last games before the NCLL, if you will, the playoffs, the postseason, really trying to get your mark in and really just finish the season on a high note.
Yeah, and this is a Falcon team that certainly has a bit of a pedigree when you look at the competition they've played against. You've got wins against teams like Louisville. You've even got competition against like Ohio States and Michigan States, even if those ones didn't end as fortuitously for you. Those are still really high-level competition for the Falcons to play, and so they're going to bring their best against anyone, and it's showing right now as they're up majorly on Ball State, who have yet to score in this one.
Well, exactly, too, and I mean, you talk about that game against Ohio State, even if it didn't go in your favor, you're coming off a win against Michigan State as well, and you were just able to win 8-7 in that one. When you look at home so far, you've only lost 1 game while playing at the Student Green. It seems very unlikely to have Ball State be that second one so far.
Yeah, and speaking of that Student Green, I mean, what a fortunate thing for this team and the other sports here at Bowling Green to have access to now. A really, really nice facility for them to compete on. Certainly looks nice on camera as well, but definitely something that this team is happy about having the opportunity to compete on as we're readying for the face-off again here. The Falcons in the orange, of course, on the right, Ball State and Cedarville's team on the left. Face-off going to be won by the Cardinals, as Rona Clary is going to advance that. Pass over inside, looks like Jacob McKinnon there. Bit of extracurriculars in there, but nothing to stop play as the ball will careen out of bounds, and it looks like the possession is going to go in favor of the Falcons here. No, excuse me, that's going to be possession in favor of the Cardinals. Drop back there, and now moving in, a little juke move. And a drive inside, and that's going to be just cut off by the Falcons there. Turn around with it, trying to find a little bit of an opening here. Bobbled around midfield, and the Cardinals will regain that possession there, looking for an offensive chance again. Still have yet to score in this one. Pass over to number 18, Dominic Catton's right. Working in now. And they'll say no goal. Ball is batted out. Good job by the Falcons defensively to keep anything from giving up there. Now streaking down the field here. Falcons with a chance, a nice move. Nearly a rollback, but just looking for an open man, but continues driving. Some contact there through the spin, but keeping up with it, and it looks like it's going to be just lost there. There's the ball now feeding across the field. It's going to be number 32, Enzo Cappuccioni. Not able to do anything with it, just looking for another open man. He's got number 1 Kyle Dorn there.
look at it, around 6:20 remaining in this first half, if you will. Ball State tried to get the keeper going out a little bit, and it went against them. So now the Falcons have hit a decade as we get ready for the Fogo up ahead before halftime.
Gavin Sudlow, the midfielder, in here for the Falcons on face-off. So they're able to scoop and keep it. Off to the side there. Side there, nice little dump back to Sudlow trying to work it in. Pitches his feet down, out of play there. It's going to be a Cardinals ball, but a great drive off of the face-off there for the senior. Honor today graduating this year. Really nice offensive drive. He's going to come away with the point there.
Absolutely, and Sudlow really got that shot off. It looks like Jackson Keene was trying to get as close as he could from the ball going out down, but the shot is so close. Right on that line. Closest to the point that it's right now, but Ball State itself going for a little bit of a rush.
Yeah, nice crowd. By a young player there, trying to keep the ball in play on the side
Could be a BG violation of flags. They let a player to hockey, but see what happens next. It appears to be Ball State's shorts, players, black shorts. All playing the other guys.
Fill there to Ryan Jones now, moving the ball up. Got an inside, got a clean shot. Over, and that's Will Shirey. Shirey again with the goal. A nice feed to him from Jackson Keene. A couple of seniors getting it done up there.
Well, a bit of a change. You've seen Keene playing more of that X spot, but you know, you try to go a little bit on that left side, a little behind, but either way it goes right back and behind as Bowling Green just will expand their lead, make that number 11 for the orange and brown.
Yeah, the two senior attacks, you know, guys you'd expect to look to for a lot of the goal scoring, but really getting it done today as the Falcons are now up 11-0. So number 6, Nathan Silsby, one of the graduating seniors, one of the 5 honored for the game today on the next face-off for the Falcons. Won by the Falcons, now advancing. Around the X area. It's number 26, that's Ryan Jones again. Sends it over to Keene. Keene now sending it back a little bit to Dominic Fusco, a freshman midfield. Number 28 there. Fusco now looking up, sends it back over to Keene. Keene looking, tries a move. A roll back there, and a pass inside to Shirey, whose shot is really well deflected there. Nice save there for the Cardinals, who are just trying now. Rolling behind, but kept in. Scooped up again, Keene now. Moving inside. Or behind the back. Razzle-dazzle there. It's 32 Enzo Cappuccini again. Trying to feed inside, right behind the goal. Falcons dancing around behind the goal, trying to find something. Shirey behind the back, blocked again. Once again, Jack Peck doing an impeccable job in the goal there. Falcons still in the offensive zone. Working inside, playing through some contact there. That's Dominic Cantazarite trying to break things up for the Cardinals there. The Falcons will maintain possession. move it in, deflected again, and that one is going to go wide into the parking lot. Resilient job from the Cardinals, down 11-0 certainly, but not giving one up there where the Falcons had a lot of chances, Dan.
Well, especially since you consider just all the changes that have been made last minute, originally Ball State and then John Carroll, but we'll continue along now.
Back down and now towards the Falcons' defensive end, but some strong words exchanged. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, 2 minutes on number 16 for the visitors. That's going to be Jonah Weber taking that unsportsmanlike conduct. So not a great break there for the Cardinals team here. Not happy, tossing his stick down and the helmet. Very frustrated off the field. Doesn't agree with that call, but that's going to be an advantage there for the Falcons, as the Cardinals just were looking to get themselves out of trouble, getting some possession and clearing it into the Falcons' defensive zone.
Well, exactly as well, and as I was saying, kind of interesting, starting to wind down. 10 seconds to go in the half, but a little bit of last-minute adjustments, as originally it was Ball State and then John Carroll to play in a triple header, but John Carroll will drop out, and it was now Cedarsville and Ball State joining forces, Bowling Green, to get their extra goal to end the half.
Yeah, another one for Bowling Green, and that's how we're going to go into the half. Is going to be a 12-0 margin in favor of the Falcons, on pace to win by even more than the last meeting with the Cardinals. It's 12-0 right now, and it's halftime. It's been pretty dominant, pretty much all Falcons in the first half, but you're here on WBGU Sports Flex on YouTube. Stick around for more. We'll be back in a little bit.
Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hard-working public university, always striving forward, always for the public good. Founded in the Midwest, Bowling Green State University is embracing innovation to push the norms of higher education. Academic programs that are in high demand, research that is relevant for our communities, partnerships that strengthen our economy. Nationally recognized for our student experience and home to one of the largest scholarship programs of its kind in the nation. We are a hardworking public university, always striving forward, always for the public good.
We're back here at Bowling Green State University's campus. Bowling Green currently leading in men's club lacrosse, 12-0 over the Ball State and Cedarsville team right now. Face off again, Gavin Sudlow, one of the seniors. That's going to be Ryan Jones now coming around the perimeter, feeding up to Jackson Keene. Jackson Keene and Will Shirey, the two senior attacks today, have been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Holden Ruck here with Daniel Reidenauer for WBGU Sports Flex. Great to be here. And Dan, it's been all Falcons so far.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, talk about just the performances they've had just over the course of this history against Ball State. Cedarsville a little new, but the 20-0 finish at the beginning of this year just definitely a highlight for the Orange and Brown.
Falcons moving the ball around. Keene feed over to Fatzinger. Fatzinger up to Fusco. Fusco back to Fatzinger. Fatzinger looking inside. Shirey again. Does a fake. Back to Fatzinger. And now number one, a shot sent in. Kyle Dorn from far outside, and he nets that one. Falcons lead 13-0. First of the day for Dorn.
Get it away. You want to start early, and how much earlier can you get a minute into the second half? And it's 13-0.
Definitely the tone setter, as though you really needed that with this kind of deficit that Ball State's facing right now. But definitely a quick find and just good patience from the Falcons. You know, not trying to rush anything. You know, they're up and they want to make a statement here on their senior day, but no need to rush. That face-off will be taken and won, I suppose you could say, by number 11 for Ball State. But ultimately, it's gonna kind of break in favor of the Falcons as they're bobbling the ball in the zone. Number 26, Ryan Jones, will go down, and looks like possession goes to the Falcons there. 18 once again, that's going to be Caden Fatzinger on the outside. And they're going to feed in from behind the X there. Another nice stop by Jack Peck there from a heater of a shot. Jackson Keene with an attempt, but Cardinals able to avoid that one. Just overextended for and not caught by Austin Brownell. Cardinals have a chance here. Cardinals now driving deep behind, towing the out-of-bounds line back there, but a double move gets him out of trouble as he looks for a teammate, and it's going to be caught by the Falcons. Fusco again getting in there, really working on both ends of the field for the freshman midfielder. Now moving down the field, number 18 again, Fatzinger. We've seen him here before. A little loop around, buying some time, waiting. Looks, feeds. Oh, just missed. Just a miscommunication there between Keene and Fusco. It's going to go out of bounds. Cardinals get away with one there.
Almost had it, but still just not the end of the world. You still got a good lead as that one's taken up.
Some really bold, long feeds from the Cardinals here and turned over once again. Now Bryson Smith's going to work his way up. The large freshman passes it off to Fusco. Fusco now up top, sends it over to Cappuccioni. Buying some time. Pressed now by the Cardinals. Working his way around and sends it back over across Alex Sims, it looks like. And a big bounce behind is going to send it out of bounds. It's going to be a Cardinals possession again, but pretty relentless attack from the Falcons here.
Absolutely. That one just went flying. You talk about the long ball a little bit differently, but similar style as Bowling Green has possession of it now.
Fusco feeds over to Fatzinger again. Finds Keene, and Keene from the side. If you were looking straight out of the crease, you would have missed him, but Keene sends it in right there.
Exactly. You blink and you're going to miss it. I mean, there's just been some pretty hard shots for Bowling Green, really just getting them on net and looking for the end result. But you'll get ready for the third goal though again. Looks like Sudlow to take it for the orange and brown.
Nice play by Keene. A senior on this team, not one of the 5 graduating this fall, but a veteran presence for sure, and that presence being felt today as the Falcons and Cardinals get ready for another face-off here. Face-off again. Gavin Sudlow again. Getting knocked down, but teammate in there to help. And another whistle blown. Possession going to go in favor of the Falcons. This Cardinal and Cedarville team, the Yellow Jackets as it were, getting just a little bit physical, but not always paying off for them here.
Exactly. I mean, that's the second time this half that Sunday's been cross-checked from behind, but Bowling Green seems to have no complaints as they'll hold possession and start on the attack.
Now here's Ryan Jones again. Working his way up patiently. Goes for a double move. Open field spin, but ends up tumbling. And 3 defenders now jostling him, but able to keep the ball. Feed over to Keene. Keene now behind the net. Keene buying some time. Looking around, and he's going to feed back out to Jones. That's Ryan Jones. Over to Fatzinger. Here's Aiden Fatzinger. Nice stutter step there. Works his way behind and feeds over to Keene again. Keene looking inside, feeds it to Shirey, and Shirey able to put it into the net again.
What a move, Bowling Green. I mean, Bowling Green kind of been taking the approach that just ripping it going in, but this one being a little different as they take their time, they're patient, really utilizing that patience to their advantage and then just taking it, staying out of the crease but still able to find the back of it. Is now that will be number 15 so far today for Bowling Green.
Falcons really taking it around the world, working from every angle. You know, you've had Keene almost parallel to the line between the posts of the goal. You've worked from behind and gotten right in front. And now Sudlow again on the faceoff. Got some help coming in this time. Dylan Gilbert on the play there. Gilbert scoops it up. Gilbert contested a little bit, and there's going to be several flags there. Both officials saw that. That looks like it's going to go against Ball State, but we'll have to see as Gilbert tries to drive in, and now play will be stopped.
happens here. Bowling Green will to kind of get set for the attack. They know they'll have possession, and we'll get it underway.
The usual suspects of today is back into the game. Dorn, Shirey, Keene in particular. Big offensive threats that they have been today. Also up there, Capcioni and Fatzinger. And it looks here like Dominic Fusco will feed in there. And now here's Fatzinger. Behind the goal there. That's Capcioni. There's Fusco again. Now Will Shirey. Looking around. Looking inside. Bobbled but corralled barely by the Ball State goalkeeper there. Jack Peck again making the save. Nearly scored by Capcioni. And he'll just send it. Absolute airmail. And the Falcons are just going to let that one bounce. A bit of a gratuitous drive there, or a jump there from Austin Brownwell, but Falcons possession. And an unfortunate opportunity there. Sebastian Lopez unable to corral the pass from his goalkeeper, Braylon Upshaw, and that's going to go back in the Cardinals' favor. First time in the O-zone with some control in a minute for them.
Taking all the advantages he could to give Bowling Green the possession. Now it seems to be paying off for them as Dorn going to be just on a hot stretch. The attack to continue for Bowling Green.
Dorn feeds Shirey, who tries a low one but cannot net it in. But now Fusco again, Fatzinger, excuse me. Fatzinger with the ball, does a nice move. And now Fusco on the outside, taking his time. It's going to go over to Jackson Keene. Jackson Keene spinning back to the top. There's Fatzinger again, bounces off the foot and the stick of Jack Peck there, unable to net it. And it's going to break back in favor of the Cardinals, and they've got a bit of a fast break here. Contested, and there's going to be a flag up there, but we'll see what the Cardinals can come away with here as the Falcon defensemen are just immediately inside there. The whistle's going to be blown. And so still, as it's 15-0, only 6 minutes left in this third quarter, the Falcons are going to have to go on the defensive this time. The Cardinals, a good chance here to try to get themselves on the board at least, which, you know, given the way that this one has gone, I mean, at this point, that might just be the goal for you.
Exactly. I mean, you're thinking about where you're going to go next is you're coming off the violation now, going to have to play defense. You've been consistent with it all day, but just force the Yellow Jackets to try to play the long ball like they have, and we'll see what happens next.
And so, as mentioned before, Upshaw now the junior in at goalie instead of Ryan Sutter. We'll see if that impacts the offensive lookout for this Cardinals and Yellow Jackets team. Working their way inside here. Kick over and just mishandled. Kept in play still. Number 25, Andrew Rochambeau, able to keep it up. Now looking inside. Unable to get anything there. That's going to be Bryson Smith, the freshman, clearing it out again. And Smith on a fast break of his own. Resetting, taking some time here. So now that's Miles Fowler. Fowler driving in solo, 3v1 right now, and he loses the ball. And now going back the other way. Bit of a fast break for the Cardinals. Cross up there to avoid losing the ball, and he's going to keep driving up the field. Now slowing down, taking his time. That's Elliot Warren. Warren being patient, letting some men catch up to him here. And he'll feed it behind the goal to the X there. That's number 25, Andrew Rochambeau. With the ball around, trying to get it to the interior. They get it. And they'll get a goal, the first one of the game. Number 1, that's going to be Ronan Clary, who had a shot earlier, had a chance at it, able to get this team on the board. And, you know, even with 3:55 left in the third quarter, I mean, that's big for this team to get that kind of goal there.
Exactly, and that's the first goal since March 29th of 2025 for Ball State. Is that one was an 18-2 victory for the Falcons, but you're around 3:30 remaining in this third quarter. To at least make your mark, you got to give Clary some credit on that one to be able to connect on it as we'll get back for the Fogo.
And so we'll face off again here now, 15-1 the score. Falcons still in a commanding lead. on the faceoff here. Number 6, that's Nathan Silsby, one of the seniors honored pregame today. Falcons able to come away with it nearly, but Tarrant Wadino misses on the corral of the high ball there. And so now Ryan Jones again corralling, and he'll get the play started here for the Falcons, edging that blue line but not going out. Feeds it inside once again, missed by number 16. Stick thrown to try to corral it, but Dorn's not able to keep it in play. The visitor is going to take possession, and good job there, just being stingy, really keeping close contact and not letting the Falcons move comfortably.
Well, and Bowling Green just starting to have a little fun with it, as you saw Dorn throw his stick there. But now that you get the pass in, and if you're playing defense right, Bowling Green's going to force the Yellow Jackets and Cardinals to try to play the long ball, which they know they can intercept.
And so now the ball will be fed in, but it'll land in the Falcons bench once again out of play. Silsby, as we mentioned, one of the graduating seniors, a construction management major. His advice to the underclassmen was keep working hard and always having fun. A 12-year veteran of the sport of lacrosse and a contributor on this team as well. It's going to be the Falcons' possession again. Dominic Fusco has the ball right now. He's going to feed it over. That's going to be Enzo Cappuccioni. Moving inside, number 19, Alex Sims, working around the net. And unable to be corralled there. Miles Fowler loses the ball. Scooped up, bouncing ball. Falcons are able to get it again. That's going to be Tarrant Wadino. Wadino taking his time. Looking at Dominic Fusco. Fusco waiting patiently, throws it over the visiting number 9. A high shot easily corralled by Jack Peck there, but a good try from Tarrant Wadino. And the Falcons completely clearing the ball the other way. Cardinals trying to get on top of it. The Cardinals, clearing the ball the other way. Number 25 for the visitors, trying to drive in. Passer makes a pass, but not corralled by Sam Havel. He loses it. Falcons defense able to scoop up and on top of it now and clearing it into the O-zone. Nicely corralled there by Miles Fowler. Fowler centers it up a little too high. Able to get on top of it is Wadino. Wadino blocked Jack Peck. You know, for the barrage that he's been taking today, Peck has stood on his head in that goal. Some of these pressure chances.
He really has. And I mean, it's not easy with the type of shots Bowling Green's been taking, whether from the X or just out front grinding it back in. But, you know, give him credit, give him his flowers. But Bowling Green really been held scoreless for a couple minutes now.
Yeah, and it's not so much the volume that's been saved, because obviously that hasn't been there in a 15-1 game right now, but some of the degree of difficulty of saves certainly warrants attention, as Falcons will overshoot it. Number 4 for the visitors trying to corral it, that's Will Halsey, and he's unable to get on top of it. Falcons again with possession. That's going to be Fusco again. Fusco working his way inside. Pass blocked. Nice block there for the visiting team, trying to clear it back out. Now here's Kyle Dorn resetting, has a goal in this one already. Dorn taking his time. A nice move. Running out of time here, 2 seconds, 1. And that's going to end the quarter. Falcons unable to get one on that chance there at the end of the quarter. We'll have another face-off at the top of the next quarter. And, I mean, Dan, not as impressive of a quarter for the Falcons, honestly.
Well, I mean, they started it out early, and sometimes when you have a lead like this, you just got to focus on the fundamentals, especially with the postseason right around the corner. And, you know, you got to give them credit, though. Just you see what was going on. You try to kind of fix some things up. You're still anticipating your opponent to play that long ball, which you know you're able to intercept. So, yeah, give them some credit. Now it's time to focus on the fundamentals and get ready for the postseason.
Absolutely, Daniel. You know, as we enter this last quarter, we want to make a couple shout-outs, of course. SportsFlex would like to thank BGSU Club Sports for having our broadcast team here today and giving us the opportunity to call this. Be sure to visit bgsuclubsports.com for a complete and up-to-date listing of all upcoming games and matchups. Meanwhile, on top of that, we also want to shout out once again those graduating seniors who were honored pregame. First of all, for this team, Ryan Gill, a 15-year veteran of the sport of lacrosse, an education major. After graduation, he'll be teaching high school science in Cleveland, Ohio. His favorite memory of the lacrosse team here is going on road trips with the boys and having a fun time. Next up, Gavin Sudlow, who you saw on the face-off several times, an 11-year veteran of the sport and construction management major. His future plans are to work in the construction industry as a project manager, and his favorite lacrosse memory is beating both Louisville and Xavier on the same day during his junior year. His advice to his underclassmen, show up to team events and include everyone in those events. Third up, Joseph Johnson, for the team, a 10-year lacrosse veteran, business management major who plans to have a career in medical sales. His favorite lacrosse memory is beating Akron in overtime his freshman year. Matthew Jones, a 6-year veteran of the sport, is an accounting major who will be pursuing his master's of accountancy at Bowling Green following graduation. His favorite lacrosse memory is beating Akron at home to clinch the first ever playoff berth for this program as a sophomore. His advice to the underclassmen was show up to everything that you can, because it'll be coming to an end before you know it. And last but not least, for these 5 graduating seniors, Nathan Silsby, a 12-year veteran of the sport of lacrosse. He's also going to be graduating with a degree in construction management and plans to start a career in construction management as well. His favorite memory of lacrosse at Bowling Green is beating Toledo for the first time during his freshman year, and his advice to the underclassmen is to keep working hard and always have fun. Shout out to those 5 graduating seniors who have left an irreplaceable mark on this program for Bowling Green. And looking at the score on a day like senior day today, I know it's not over yet. We've got a 15-minute quarter 2 play, Dan, but, you know, what a start to your senior day for those guys.
Well, exactly. I mean, you kind of have set the standard in the previous 2 matchups with this one, but, you know, give them credit, keep it going, as you'll see here. Just going to try to get a couple more onto it and then look ahead for game number 2 today.
And so getting ready for the final quarter here. Falcons setting up for the face-off, as are the visitors. It's going to be Elliott Warren for the visitors, with Gavin Sudlow still in the face-off zone for the Falcons at the midline. 15-1 the score. How much more damage can the Falcons do? How much more can the visitors stop? 15 minutes to play and find out. Face-off again. Sudlow, a nice box out. Ball rolling in favor of the Falcons, but picked up by the visitors. Visitors now streaking down the field. Nice move, but an errant pass, able to keep it in bounds though. There's pitch back, but it's lost. Chasing the bounce right now, 31, Elliott Warren again. Warren, bit of a rollback move there. Able to work his way inside, and that's going to go in. That's going to be another goal for the visiting team. Braylon Upshaw again lets it get past him, and that's going to be 2 now for the visiting Ball State and Cedarsville team. 15-2 now the score.
Back-to-back for the visitors, and quite a way to do so, just around 50 seconds into this final quarter, so give them credit for that one, but it looks like you'll kind of keep the momentum going, keep the energy, as still a lot left to be played on paper.
The only difficulty coming for it from them being the nature of the game, the moving clock, you know, closing under 14 minutes now remaining in this first game of this senior day, and, you know, certainly a difficult position to try to surmount a comeback of sorts. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of points they can put on the board still, see if the Falcons respond and, you know, light up the scoreboard a little more in this last period, as Silsby on the face-off. Falcons. Silsby is able to get it back up. Silsby now some contact, but moves through it. Silsby looking downfield. A bouncing pass over to number 19. That's Alex Sims. Sims now contested, but moving it inside farther. Terrence Wadino. Wadino behind the goal, looking around a little bit. Feeds it over to number 36. It's going to be Miles Fowler, excuse me. Fowler back down to Colson Sprouse. Some Falcons rotating here. Number 22 with the ball, Elliott Baber. One of 2 freshman brothers, Elliott and Isaac Baber, on this team. Isaac, number 21. Brother-to-brother pass there. Baber makes a move, buying time. Back over to Elliott Baber. And here's Elliott. Makes a nice move, contested by the stick. Powering through it, turns back. Back over to 15, Aiden Oriano. Oriano loses it, able to corral it. And the Falcons able to scoop it up without too much difficulty there. Isaac Baber again, the 2 brothers putting in a lot of work on this offensive possession. So now it's Miles Fowler. Feeds behind the goal. Looking inside, Terrence Wadino. And he kicks it over to Alex Sims. Sims, a shot, blocked. Jack Peck able to keep it out. Looked like it went off the post as well as a bar of his stick. A good job there buckling down. It's been a minute since the Falcons have scored a goal here.
He definitely had a good shot, just seemed to have that last second deflection that knocked it away.
Nicely caught in the stick there by Jack Peck. Feeds it back down to midfield. And now the visitors at midfield here with the ball. Clock down now to 11:40 remaining as the visitors try to feed into the offensive zone, but it's going to roll just past that blue line, go out of bounds. A tough break for the visitors, unable to maintain the possession there. So now the Falcons moving with a little bit of urgency here. 50, feed inside to 15, Aiden Oriano. Oriano looking for some space. Kicks it back to Baber. That's Elliot Baber. Baber feeds to Sims. Sims back behind Wadino. Wadino buying some time. Kicks back out to Isaac Baber. Isaac looking around. A little bit of a rollback and double move. Kicks it over again. And behind the goal again. Looking right in front in the middle. And score for the Falcons. Miles Fowler, the junior attack, gets one there. Falcons break their scoring drought there and now lead once again 16-2.
Exactly. Give them some credit there to kind of, stop the drought, kind of get the momentum going again. It's raining, if you will, for Bowling Green once more. So give them credit for that. Get ready for the FOGO and then play out the last 10 minutes of this game.
Yeah, raining again, as you say, as the actual rain has ironically broken here for a little bit in Bowling Green. We'll hope that nice weather persists as we are here, but it's going to be 16-2 as the Falcons and visitors face off again. 10 minutes to go in the final quarter of play in this first game of the Falcons Senior Day. Sudlow loses the ball there, but it's going to be Bryson Smith getting in there. Smith again playing cleanup crew, and now on a bit of a break of his own, trailed by two visitors. Kicks it over to 19, Alex Sims. Sims back behind the goal again. That's Wadino. Wadino's been buying some time back there all game, and now kicks it back over to Sims, still behind the goal. Good positioning by the Falcons, just taking their time and trying to catch gaps in the defense. Number 22, that's Elliot Baber. Working back outside, getting near that far blue line there, but not too close. Nicely caught and controlled there by Sims. Sims working his way in a little bit, passes in, but it is overshot, and Terrence Wadino is going to have to play some cleanup. And not Wadino, excuse me, that was Oriano. So now Oriano moving the ball back into the O-zone. Oriano working outside. Feeds behind the goal again. Sims and 16's Wadino. Pass back outside, doing a little bit of a circle there. Isaac Baber with the ball. Baber now moving up as the wind's picking up a little bit. Tries a long shot in the back left corner of the goal, but unable to get it. Overshoots it, and it's going to turn over to the Cardinals' ball. Jack Peck stood strong there, but ultimately didn't have to chase the ball there. As I stand corrected, the Falcons will actually have the ball, maintain it, put it back into play. Off the official, and they'll keep playing. Kicks it back now to Isaac Baber. Isaac Baber looking around, has his brother to the left in front of the crease. Kicks behind, and now Wadino. Wadino working his way in. One man to beat. Feeds it underneath. Jack Peck with a splits, tries to save it, but that'll go. What a goal by Wadino. A low one there and a celebration for number 16, the freshman attack.
Got to enjoy that one, and Bowling Green to just make their mark again. Roughly 2 minutes since their previous one, but I mean, keep them coming, keep it going, as now you have this lead just to continue. You want to expand it, you want to work on the fundamentals, and Bowling Green definitely setting themselves up in a great position for game 2.
7:50 remaining as we go to the face-off again. Once again, Nathan Silsby, one of the seniors, will take the face-off, and he easily scoops this one. Silsby's all alone in the middle right now. Tries a shot and wings it. It'll hit the soccer net on the end of the student green there off the post. But a good try from him off of a clean breakaway on the face-off. So the Falcons with the ball again. Once again, it's Alex Sims working around the outside. Sims to Wadino. Wadino looking, puts it back to Sims. Sims will put it over across. That's going to be Isaac Baber. Isaac, once again, has his brother on the interior there. Pair of midfields, both freshmen for this team. Back to Wadino. Wadino behind the net again, looking over, but he'll kick it over to Sims, who's going to close towards the net. A little bit of a spin move and then a rollback. Working outside, looking for the net. A hesitation. Kicks it to Elliot Baber. Baber now sends it to Oriano. Oriano moving in. Kicks it inside. Ooh, pushing the bag there, and that's going to be one that you can see across the student green. You're not going to miss that one if you're the official.
Well, exactly, and just getting a little bit chippy with it, but seems to be no more issues there. But Bowling Green really just starting to kind of know they have the momentum and getting in their opponent's head.
A big shot from behind there, and that's one you're never going to get away with, as the Falcons now will look to try to get on the board again. Just 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining right now in this one, as the Falcons move the ball in again. You got Sims behind, kicks to Wadino. Wadino with a shot. It's Aaron. It'll hit off of Jack Peck and go out of bounds, but saved, as that ball is going to careen towards the ditch on the far side of the Perry Fieldhouse there. Falcons will try to keep the pressure on. Fit in right there by Fowler. Fowler has a goal in this one. Gives it to Sims. Sims to Elliot Baber, and Baber able to find the goal. The freshman midfielder makes it an 18-2 game.
And the first, well, correction, the exact same goal as the first time these two have ever been opponents, if you will. So now you have the exact same score back from March. So take advantage of that, then look ahead towards what else is next. You're around 5:20 remaining, so a good opportunity for Bowling Green to just keep the momentum going and try to close this one out on a high note.
And a really good job by the Falcons today. They've been very comfortable operating behind the net in that X position, whereas we haven't really seen that from the visiting team much. You know, you could point to the chemistry of, you know, guys who maybe haven't played consistently on the same club, but looking all Falcons right now as Sudlow wins the faceoff and is going to be streaking basically on his own into the O-zone. About 4 visiting bodies there to contest Sudlow, a big player for the Falcons, but they'll clear it out to the side a little bit as there's a bit of a scrum for possession, and the Falcons will hang on. That Sudlow again makes a move. A nice spin there to get open. Ooh, some major contact, and Sudlow will try to just air it over the crowd, but that'll go over the goal as well and out of bounds. But an aggressive push there from the Falcons.
Well, exactly, as that one heads to the parking lot. Bowling Green wastes no time.
And it looks like, barring signal, it looks like Sims feeds that one in right there, quickly off of the out of bounds. And so that'll be a goal for Sims, and they'll move it back up top again. 19-2 now, the score for the Falcons. Just 4 minutes to play in this one. So once again, it's Silsby, the senior, on the faceoff for the Falcons. Scooped up by 44, Bryson Smith again. Smith's been really strong on the second handling from the faceoff today. So here's Alex Sims looking around. He has Wadino. Wadino kicks back out to Colson Sprouse. Sprouse looking inside, once again finds Smith. Unable to connect there. The ball would go out of bounds. Just 3 minutes and 23 seconds now remaining in this one, as Alex Sims has once again gotten the ball. Alex Sims from Terrence Wadino looks over to 21. That's Isaac Baber, one of the two brothers. His brother Elliot just scored a goal a few minutes ago. As Elliot comes back onto the field, Isaac will pass it to Elliot. The brother connection again there. Elliot Baber now makes a move, some acceleration. Pitches it and just deflected down off the stick. It's going to roll out of bounds there. Really aggressive swing from him. Unable to get the ball inside of the goal or really even into the crease. So now the ball in play again. Terrence Wadino behind, as he has been. Feeds over to Alex Sims. Sims working his way inside, and he'll take a shot that'll just get deflected off of the body of the visitors. Ball now bobbling, lobbed up in the air. Hard to say who has it, but the Falcons will come out with it again. Alex Sims bounce, goes behind, but Terrence Wadino able to corral it. Kick back out to number 15, that's Aiden Oriano. Oriano still with the ball despite being contested. So now here's 36, Miles Fowler. Miles Fowler works his way in. It's going to be off of Peck, and Miles Fowler will get a goal. Another goal for Fowler, his second of the game for the junior attack.
Credit to him, Fowler, just a goal to get it away with 2:10 remaining. And now you got lucky number 20 for the Falcons, as it looks like it'll just keep going as Bowling Green has no signs of slowing down.
And you say lucky number 20, it's been a number for them, but it's hard to think luck in this circumstance. What we've seen has just been clear dominance of positioning and ball control for the Falcons today. So it looks like Gavin Sudlow will be back in, the senior midfielder, to take the face-off. Again, number 16 for the visitors, Jonah Weber. Let me go, says Joey Johnson, looking to get in on the action. Itching for some contact as the face-off is delayed here, but the clock keeps ticking away. Adjustment from the official there. So the face-off. Sudlow tries to scoop it up, and he's able to get it. Feeds over. Fowler. Feed in behind. Terrence Wadino unable to bring it down. Just a fast pass coming from Miles Fowler. A connection that's been pretty strong today behind the goal, but unable to connect on that one.
Absolutely, as now you start to hear the whining moments around 40 seconds remaining as it'll be a possession for the visitors.
It'll be interesting to see how aggressive the Falcons are here, if they're going to be able to come with anything else. If the visitors can do anything else, and that's a broken stick there for Fowler. Ref swallowing the whistle there. Visitors driving in. Bit of a misconnection. They'll try to just scoop it up as there's only 20 seconds left in this one. Number 1 for the visitors, that's Ronan Clary. Trying to work his way in. And the connection is going to be missed there, and it looks like that ball is going to stay inside. It won't go out of bounds, but now we're under 10 seconds. Here's 6 seconds left in this game now. They'll feed in past the goalkeeper, Braylon Upshaw, unable to get anything as the clock is going to expire now. And that is going to do it for the first game of today's senior day action. The Falcons come away with an emphatic win, 20-2, over the visiting squad of Ball State and Cedarsville. Dan, what's your takeaway here?
I mean, it's a combination of the last 2 matchups between Bowling Green and Ball State, as Cedarsville's kind of making a jump over here to help out Ball State, if you will, but it's just going to be interesting to see what will happen for game 2.
Yeah, really dominant win for the Falcons in this first one. You know, definitely the kind of performance they want to see on a senior day like this. With 1 game to go, the weather's cleared a little bit, so hopefully it'll stay that way for the second game, where we'll be flip-flopped. Daniel here will be our play-by-play. I'll be serving on color commentary. While we have a moment here at the end of this one, SportsFlex would once again like to thank BGSU Club Sports for having our broadcast team here today. Be sure to check out BGSUClubSports.com for a complete and up-to-date listing of all of the upcoming games and matchups. As the 2 teams here shake hands, say their good games, we'll take a step back from this one and be back with you for the second game of this senior day doubleheader. You're watching WBGU SportsFlex here on YouTube.